Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Taboo Talk. I am your host, the ringleader, and I'll start off by by quoting the defense attorney for Zimmerman as really, 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 really. This case has got a lot of flack, and I really, really have not wanted to talk about it just because of the fact that it's really kind of degrading for a lot of people just because of the fact that the media has turned it into this racial powwow. And, that's just kind of why are we doing this? As a nation, as people, we need to be going past this and this kind of stuff. I don't think this had anything to do with racism. I don't think Zimmerman is a person that was racist and was looking to hang a Negro or something like that. And it's not no racism at all, trust me. But at the same point in time, this is about assuming responsibility. Okay, so you have it like this. Zimmerman witnessed Trayvon acting suspiciously. Okay, Zimmerman, I'm not going to call him a wannabe cop and feel like that's derogatory. He's an aggressive citizen who believes in the law. So therefore, he took it upon his hands to go ahead and call the police and talk about what he was witnessing. Okay, he said that he could subdue Trayvon, and they told him, and keep in mind, these people who are 911 callers are the closest things to professional that we're going to get when it comes to emergency situations. So if they're telling them, no, you need to stay in your car and desist, okay, that right there, already one thing. He did not listen to what they told him. What these professionals told him. They told him to wait. He did not do that. So he follows Trayvon during the night, mind you, down a block. While he knows he has a loaded gun. So if you get out of a car with a loaded gun and you know that you might get into an altercation, it's maybe not intent, but you have the idea, at least, that you might have to use it. So therefore, okay, you know that you might kill somebody if it gets to that point. So anybody who's like that, I would say, could be defined trigger happy. Not saying he was, I'm just saying could be defined trigger happy. Okay, so you get to the second point here. And that, sorry, gotta get out of the screening for a moment. Okay, so this gets to go the whole thing. You can only plead self-defense if you are not the aggressor in the altercation. Okay, let's put it down on the timeline now. A guy doesn't listen to police, already talks about how he wants to subdue Trayvon, however, he's told not to, does not listen to that, gets out of his car, follows him with a loaded gun. I think that's kind of a no-brainer as who started the aggression. Obviously, Zimmerman had an issue with Trayvon, to where Trayvon was just walking. And for all those who are asking, why didn't Trayvon just go home and call the cops, which the defense is kind of stating, okay, Florida has a stand your ground law. If you feel like you are threatened and you need to stay and defend yourself, you can do so, even with lethal force. Okay, that brings the question, who is standing whose ground? Trayvon was walking home. Zimmerman, however, got out of his car, followed Trayvon. If you're in the jungle, who's the predator, who's the prey? The one being stalked or the one walking away? Okay, a fight ensues. Trayvon looked like he had probably almost 100 pounds on Zimmerman. Okay, is it Trayvon's fault that Zimmerman picked a fight with the wrong person and then couldn't get out of it and then had to resort to pulling a gun? That's really not Trayvon's fault. And furthermore, he's 17, so no matter what, Zimmerman should be going on to trial for hurting a minor. This whole thing about, when you're 14, you can be tried as an adult and that kind of stuff. It's technically, honestly, it's bullshit. Because have you met a 17-year-old who's in an altercation who would do maybe the wise thing? Come on, especially kids these days, they're idiots. Sorry, kids, but, I'm just saying. And it's just, the whole point is this result, sure, maybe maybe both of them should have got arrested. That's the whole point. And, then we could have heard both stories and, whatever and that kind of whole thing. But see, if Trayvon did survive, like the defense had stated, sure, he might be charged with something, But at the same time, Zimmerman is the one who had the deadly weapon. Zimmerman is the one that used it. The way that he used it, it showed that there was not even a chance for Trayvon to see that he had a gun, for that matter. And so, that's just where I don't understand the whole point. Like, how can you say that someone, how can you say that someone is not the aggressor, that someone should be getting off for killing someone when truly it was a bad mistake? I'm not saying that he's evil. I'm not saying that he's racist. This honestly shouldn't even be a race issue, but at the same time, this is a bad decision on Zimmerman's part. The police straight up told him, you need to stay in your car. Okay, he did not listen to that. When you make bad decisions, guess what? You have to answer for them. That's just the way it is. And that's why I think he is. I'm not saying he should get full-on murder. He should get at least manslaughter, because truly that's what it was. I mean, he probably did not think he was going to go kill Trayvon in the altercation. However, Trayvon got the better of him in the fight, and he probably did feel threatened, quite honestly. But that should have not resulted in a human death, period. And especially a minor human death. This is just bad things. And all the things that Zimmerman assumed, that Trayvon was on drugs or that Trayvon had stole something, both of those things were completely untrue to be found. So basically, Trayvon died for something that he didn't even do, that Zimmerman was trying to subdue him. Basically, in itself, and it is self-defense in that kind of whole thing. There was an altercation. Okay, what is Trayvon going to do? Not fight for his life with this guy that just comes out of his car? Come on. I mean, I would do the same thing, quite honestly. And I mean, if I got shot, I'd be a pretty pissed off ghost. But let me just touch on another subject too. The way that the media is handling this, shame on you. Shame on you. Because this isn't a fucking circus, you know what I mean? Like, this is someone's life that got killed, and someone's life that's not doing that, and then you guys try to turn it into a race thing. It's completely uncalled for, because we should be moving past that and going, it's not because he was black, it's because someone made a mistake. And with that, I mean, I just really am disgusted at how the media has precipitated this, and even leaders in every community, how they precipitated this to kind of use this as political gain or like a chip on the shoulder. Not saying just with the African American community, I mean a lot of people. This whole, you have to move on this thing with it. It's race. It's not race, dudes. It's pure just bad decisions, like I said. And if you're thinking it's a racial issue, you need to look at it, because there is no racism. When they were altercation, as far as we know, there's no N-words involved. He had no intentions of saying really any racist or prejudiced things other than profiling Trayvon, which I feel like he did. Would it have been different if it was a white kid, a Mexican kid walking down the street? Was George Zimmerman have called? Who knows? We probably don't know. But at the same point in time, it's not right for us to assume that. So just saying, I hope Zimmerman is convicted. Manslaughter, that's what it should be, because that's what it was. And I hope that the media kind of quells this down, and I really hope that there's no riots as a result if he is acquitted for some reason. Just everybody needs to use a better judgment. All right. Thanks for your time, y'all.